Umpire Banter, we are back. We have a little baseball special coming at you tonight. We have some returning guests over here. Mr. Michael Lubin, back on the panel. Thank you for coming out. There he is. And we have Uncle Bad Example returning once again. There he is.
Pleasure to be here, fellas.
So you said you're smoking something you got down in Florida there?
Yeah, I just got back from Gulfport, which is Key West North for some of the Floridians. And it's where the 60s went to retire. It's a lot of hippies. It's very, very cool. Saw a bunch of old Italian gentlemen sitting outside of a cigar shop. Figured they couldn't be wrong. And they were accurate.
Isn't that the dream?
They were
accurate.
accurate.
Like the retirement dream is like go down there and sit outside like a cigar house.
They were loving life. And then there was a espresso bar across from the cigar shop.
That's how they stayed
They were loving life. Playing dominoes.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Super white shoes on. Absolutely. Orthopedics. So you were down there. You said you saw some spring training baseball.
Yes. It was very, very cool to be down there. Florida had a lot less restrictions than we do here in Illinois.
Yeah.
And that's where I saw what MLB is doing with the stands. They're doing the same thing in spring training that they're doing here. It's called pod seating. So what you do is you buy your tickets in blocks. So say you got 4 people going to a game. So you buy 4 tickets. You get the ticket office knows where 4 seats together are. So when you're walking to your seats, they're zip tied up. So you can't flip a seat down and take a seat. So it's socially distanced. It's safe. They're very, very strict about their masks in the ballparks. There's no vendors in the stands. Florida had the concession stands under the stands open. What I'm hearing at Wrigley is there's no concessions at all.
They deliver.
Okay.
You order it, and it's delivered to your seat.
That I did not know. Florida didn't have that.
So
it was
for
open.
Normal concessions goods, like you have to go order Giordano's.
No cash either. Everything's straight.
I know that.
Makes sense,
credit too. So.
And you couldn't wear a gaiter. You had to wear a mask.
Really?
Couldn't wear a gaiter.
See, that's my whole get around. I've always got the gaiter on.
Yep. But it was very, very cool because you felt safe, you felt comfortable, and they were cool about letting you move up too. So if you had a seat that was in the shade or whatever, like for opening day for the Cubs, those people had to be miserable. But they let you move up. But it's in blocks. So you got 4s, 3s, 2s, and single seats. Yeah. But it's all mapped out through the ballpark. There was probably capacity for 15,000 at the minor league stadium I was at.
That's pretty good.
And they had 2,000 in the stands.
Oh, they're okay. They said they were letting in 15,000.
No,
that's a pretty big minor league stadium.
15,000 capacity. Yeah. They let 2,000 in, and it was probably comparable to what we have locally to like the Schaumburg Boomers.
Okay.
It's comparable to that. But a good time. Good time.
Very cool.
Did you see anybody out on those games?
I'm very
excited about?
I'm very excited. I got to see the Toronto Blue Jays.
Okay.
Toronto Blue Jays, I don't know if a lot of people know this, they're not allowed to play in Canada.
Yeah, right, because of restrictions.
Yep, they're playing in Florida.
I was just going to ask.
They're playing in Florida.
What stadium?
They're playing in one of the spring training ballparks.
Okay, they're just going to stay there
I think they're playing, if I'm not mistaken, they're playing in Dundee, Florida.
Okay.
I went to Lakeland where the Detroit Tigers minor league park's at. Yeah. And it was pretty cool because Al Kaline passed over the winter, and they had a lot of memorabilia from Al Kaline, a lot of tributes to Al Kaline. It was very, very cool. I know I'm showing my age a little bit.
I don't even know who that is.
Showing my age a little bit, but it was very cool.
He's like a Tiger legend.
Yeah, he's 3,000 Hicked guy.
Yeah, Hall of Famer, like just nastiness.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome, though.
It was cool. It was a good stretch of my legs. I felt like a little bit of normalcy.
Yeah. How was even the planes and stuff down there? Was it weird getting on a plane?
You know what? That's where the hypocrisy really showed its head. You know, you're talking about social distancing, this and that. 135 people shoulder to shoulder on the plane. And it was crazy at Midway. We were, in the cattle call to go through TSA, and that took an hour, shoulder to shoulder. Yeah. And then we get on a full capacity plane. We get into Tampa. Everything's all spaced out. No one's wearing a mask. Yeah. It was just enough's enough already.
Yeah.
Real quick.
Yeah.
I want to throw a shout out to the St. Francis College in Joliet. Yeah. Last weekend, my friend's a coach, Tony Talley. Hey, Tony. They won the NAIA men's college bowling championship
Hell yeah.
So small school,
Congratulations.
Joliet, national championship. Way to go, boys.
Very cool.
Hell yeah, that's awesome.
It's
Congrats.
very cool.
So what were some of the players you were... Okay, yeah, let's get Jordan back in over here.
Do I smell
And actually,
meat?
If you want to
It's a pan.
see what we got here.
Pan's going in
Yeah,
there.
you can come to this, Mike. Talk, I don't know, sit down, yeah.
Is that
Take a quick
pan-keto
seat.
friendly?
Eco-friendly.
Eco.
Yeah.
No, there you go.
It decomposes.
Tilt it up a little bit at you. There you go. All right. So what are you
Check
cook-
1 2.
What are you cooking for us tonight here?
We're doing some baseball brats.
Baseball brats.
Yeah, so I put them in some beer, 2 different beers, and then I got some seasonings on
What'd
them.
you use beer wise?
I use Miller High Life and Miller Light.
Okay.
I use those 2 every single time, mostly because they're the 2 most common beers in my house.
Yeah.
But but you know, that's just how
Yeah.
it goes. And then I got some onions and green peppers underneath it. So basically, I put the onions and green peppers in the bottom of the pan, and then I do a little bit
Flavor
of
comes
chili or hot peppers in there, and then I fill it with my seasoning and the beer up to the line of the vegetables, and then I put the brats on top of it, and then they
You're
kinda
killing
like
my
sit.
diet.
Sorry. And then I got
Because I'm concerned about my
yeah. It looks like you've been losing a few.
You got a haircut.
The hairs is what I'm talking about. Yeah. That's what-
Absolutely.
yeah, and then I got some bakery French bread as the buns.
Oh, nice.
So I got some bakery buns.
You got any mustard out here?
I
We might need to see. I might need to see if they got.
I
some
have
else.
Dijon.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know a lot of people.
But of
that-
course.
No
Some
gray
people don't like
coupon?
it yellow. Yeah.
No, I can do either one.
Okay.
Doesn't
well,
matter to
figure
me.
it out for you.
Hell yeah.
I'll make one special for you.
No, I can anything you got.
Oh, okay,
Didn't know
cool.
if you were putting mustard on it.
Put the secret sauce on it
Yeah.
for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't need. No, I don't want the secret.
Got the extra
Give me the
fermented
mustard.
cheese.
Give me the mustard. That's
So
all.
real quick, how long does it take to cook bear brats for someone that doesn't cook on the grill that much?
That pan I will sit there for probably about 45 minutes, and then
So you're telling me we have to wait 45 more minutes?
yeah, you gotta wait.
Yeah, he's gonna be
It's not
hurting.
part of the contract.
Son of a.
Then I take them out of there and I put them on the grill.
Okay, cool.
So that kind of sears them because right now they're kind of just cooking in steam. So that's getting the internal temp up, and then so you don't burn them. You know, you cook them on the grill, you burn them most
That's what
of
I
the
was
time.
wondering, like how you are gonna keep these on the grill for like a freaking hour. Because yeah, every time I cook brats, it's like
Always,
Yeah,
it's always
it
get
makes
charred,
sense.
and that's how you do it.
I got this recipe from my buddy Sal Manila.
yeah. I was like, what? Oh yeah, okay. All right, sweet.
That's
well,
what you get when you undercook chicken. Just to let you know.
yes, absolutely.
Okay.
I'm aware. Who's your pick here for the World Series before we let you go?
I already bet on the Cubs.
On the Cubs, yeah.
I already bet. I already put the bet down in draft.
Futures, you got a little futures.
What was
I
the
got a
line?
future bet.
What was the line?
It's got to be like 60-1.
Yeah, I think it was like 62 to 1.
Yeah, something like that.
Nice.
I put
Sweet.
a $5 bet down, and if I win it, I get like
300 and some.
400
Okay,
or
yeah.
something.
Nice ROI.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Well, good luck with that.
I think I only bet if they make it to the World Series.
Oh, okay.
So I never bet if they won the World
Yeah, they
Series.
just got to make it.
They just gotta make it. All I gotta do is make it to the doorstep. They don't gotta finish.
What do you think about our chances this year as the Cubs here, Lubin? You're a Cubs fan like myself.
Yeah, I bleed Cubby Blue to the day I die. I mean, honestly, you get to the postseason, it's a brand new ball game.
Yeah.
So they have a good shot of winning the division. I feel our division is probably the weakest out
Yep.
of all of baseball.
I agree with that.
The Cardinals got Nolan Arenado, great pickup, but other than that, nothing else. They re-signed Adam Wainwright, great. He's
Yeah.
40. He did pitch today though, and pitched pretty decent.
Yeah.
Still have Yadier Molina. Pirates, they're in the rebuild phase. Brewers are still good. They got great pitching. The Reds, dude, they lost Trevor Bauer. That is
Yeah.
a huge chunk
Yep.
out of them.
Giant hole in their staff.
And they got decent hitting. They got decent pitching. They're just not chemistry-wise there. So I feel it's going to be a Cubs-Cardinals. And if the Cubs go to the play...
Brewers,
Cubs,
Cardinals,
yeah,
Brewers,
the
Cubs.
Brewers are, they're good too. And I just feel like they have a chance to get the playoffs. It's any man's game. It's whoever's hot during that.
That's what I always say.
Playoffs.
Yeah.
Playoffs is literally in the MLB. It's always who's
Yeah.
got the hot hand.
Back to
Yeah.
162 games this year. The cream's going to rise to the top.
Yeah.
There's not going to be a lot of those fluke,
I remember you
hot
saying that on the
streaks.
first MLB episode we did. It was right before the shortened
There
season.
was more randomness to it
Yeah,
with
and
the
you're-
shorter season last year. boy, if I would have followed my instincts
What did you
last
say on
episode,
those ones?
oh my God, I would have done well if I would have stepped to the pay window.
Yeah.
Oh, can't win, can't lose. I just, thanks for bringing that up.
Yeah. Were you saying the Dodgers last year?
No,
You
I
definitely
was.
were talking about the
I
Padres.
was heavy on the Astros.
on the Astros. Okay.
I was heavy on the Astros. I was liking the Twins. I mean,
Oh yeah.
Well, they didn't get to cheat. That's why.
Yeah. See, it's tougher.
well, I think the Astros really got hurt this year too. We were talking before the episode began. Astros, they lost Yuri Gurriel Jr. They lost George Springer.
Yeah, wasn't he their MVP the year they won it?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Gurriel was their first baseman. Springer was their center fielder.
Yep.
And that's going to be a lot of offense for them to try to replace.
Right.
I think if they make the postseason, it's going to be very, very fortunate for them. They took a big step back. And that's what happens with some of those small market teams. You start to build a winner, and these guys are ready for their free agent contract, and the clubs can't afford to keep them.
Isn't
you
that
know?
pretty much what happens at Tampa Bay? Like their whole cycle of how they exist.
I tell you what,
It's like they get to the playoff and they keep retooling with young guys. They keep like being.
They got good
Yeah.
scouts.
It's crazy.
being in Florida,
That probably helps a lot with
being
scouting.
in Florida, hearing the buzz in the town, because we were right by Trop. We were right by the ballpark.
Yeah. Okay.
And the whole city was kind of bummed out about Blake Snell not being there,
Okay.
and what that's going to do, and that's another organization. It's a great organization, but they get 10,000 guys in the stands. They can't support a big payroll.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. Same thing with the Marlins. They develop players and they can't keep them
Yeah.
because they don't have fans.
Yeah.
So Houston.
Yeah.
Very,
You could always jump a seat too if you got an open seat over there if you're getting blasted.
Houston's got a lot of holes this year. They're not going to be what they were.
No. Yeah, that's I don't have any problem with that though. Them not being what they were. That's fine.
Yeah, I mean, they really never had to pay the penalty for the cheating.
That's what I'm
scandal.
saying. It's like and when people started throwing at them, they started telling them no and like that's you can't do that and suspending the pitchers pretty heftily. It's like isn't that what they kind of get? Isn't that the deal here? You guys cheated, now we're going to throw at you?
That's the thing I love most about baseball and hockey.
Yeah.
They police their own.
Yeah.
If the league's not going to do it, we'll take care of it ourselves.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think that's right.
That was the first game. The first game they got thrown at right away. I think twice.
Yeah.
Bregman got hit twice that
Yeah.
game. Anyways,
What did they do though? I mean, they
they stopped. They kind of nipped it in the bud and said,
Like,
"Look,
right
you're
away.
gonna start throwing away. You're gonna start throwing them. We're just gonna toss you."
Yeah.
And they, you know what? Unfortunately, baseball is a business now, and now you got to protect your assets and
Yeah.
protect your asses basically.
Yeah.
Bregman and Altuve are their 1-2 combo when it comes to power, and
Yeah.
they get hurt from getting hit by a ball. That's their season, and then blah blah blah. It's gonna get worse. So they had to stop it right away.
And they did.
It's a different type of game. Like
letter
in the
from
60s and 70s,
He's got
Dude,
a cigar lighter. He's got a torch.
you'd throw at someone just for looking at you like
Yeah.
the wrong way.
Yeah.
Now it's just like, oh,
The unspoken rules.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So I don't know. I think baseball has changed and it's a different, just like basketball. This is a different era.
Yeah.
You know?
You guys were talking about some of the rule changes before we started. Lubin, why don't you tell us a little bit about what stayed rule-wise and
Okay.
what's leaving?
So what stayed was extra innings. They
Okay.
start a man on second to speed up the game for those that don't enjoy the game, that complain that the game's too long.
Yeah.
That 4.5 hour Cubs opener.
I'll admit that game was a little dry. After the first inning, I looked up
11
and
walks.
it was an hour's gone by. I'm like, oh man, why has this got to be opening day? It's so slow.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, but it was still cool to see baseball.
Yeah.
But for those people that want to speed it up a little bit, make it more exciting, obviously more ratings because make it more exciting. So they want to have quicker games that end or higher score. So second base is on there. The DH is eliminated in the National League.
Okay.
I'm a fan of that because I like the separation of American League and National League.
I do too, and that's a big
More
rule.
strategy.
I think it's way more
With a
strategy.
pitcher.
Way more strategy. The cameras, they're allowed to use an iPad to
Review at bats.
check their swings, the bias. And
Because didn't they take that away last year?
Yes.
they did
Yeah.
because of the Astros and scandaling and the Red Sox too. Don't forget the Red
Because
Sox.
wasn't
also
Javi
cheated.
complaining last year that was kind of messing with
That
him?
was
Hurt him the
Yeah.
most.
And that hurts a lot of ball players because they want to adjust their swing. Like say Max Scherzer is just throwing just heat, and he just looked dumbfounded. What they did is just change where you can't adjust that swing. You're like, oh, I'm gonna go look in the
Yeah.
locker room real quick, can't do that. Too bad, so sad, in my opinion. But
Yeah.
they want power. They want, runs make money.
Yeah.
For the business.
Yeah.
So they want to
Chicks
have
dig the
scores.
long ball.
Yeah,
That's why they
the
start
truth.
juicing those balls, right? They,
Yeah,
they call it the juice ball
they
era right
changed
now,
the
right?
ball this year, where it's, I don't know how to word it right, but they softened the ball up a little bit, so they're wanting
The tension of the winding.
They want less home runs, and they want the pitchers to dominate, which I know last year was kind of a goofy year to begin with. Numbers were down for pretty much everyone,
Yeah.
so who knows what's going to happen? But
So now they're trying to pull back on that home run shit?
ball players discovered the launch angle.
Yeah.
So when you have launch angle, you just hit it in the trajectory. It's just going to
Exit
go
velocity.
over. Exactly.
Yeah.
So if they're going to deaden the ball a little bit, it's not going to have that exit velocity off the bat.
Yeah.
And I think they use 3 different types of bats, like
The ash.
ash. I know
Yeah.
ash is one. Like they don't use oak or something like that, but certain bats have better
Use
repellent off
maple
it.
or something too, or no?
Yeah, maple's the dark ones.
And then there's one more. I think it's like Hungarian something or whatever, but very rare. I know that one. I think that's it for the rule changes. Now they're going to do
The
they were,
pitchers got to finish the inning.
that's it. The three batter minimum.
So that stays with relief
That
pitchers?
stayed.
I kind of like that one.
It eliminated a lot of double switching.
Just wait till you see when it comes down to playoffs and guys on first and third, righties up. You have a righty pitcher.
Yeah.
They're gonna be like, he just got in.
Yeah.
You want your.
And that led to more scoring last year, and
I
that's
agree.
where the over bets come in.
I agree. I think it's baseball should change with the times, like technology and whatnot, but some elements of the game I like the purest. Like I want it to stay the same. And
Everyone's up in arms
Yeah.
about the steroid era and these guys not getting in the Hall of Fame and stuff. But that was
dude.
done, under Selig's watch with, he with tacit approval. He knew what was going on, but it was scoring, it was home runs, it was, sexy.
Yeah.
And now they're trying to combat that, and it's like so much hypocrisy in it too. It's Rob Manfred's terrible commissioner. Terrible commissioner.
What is he? What would you say his downfalls are this year? Because I know last year on the last episode you were talking shit about him too.
He's just terrible. He's just out of touch. He's caters to the big market teams.
Okay.
He
100% on that.
Yeah, just caters to big market teams. The smaller market teams. I mean, here's my example of what's wrong with baseball right now. Toronto can't even play in their home city.
Yeah.
Okay?
That's tough.
That's brutal.
Yeah.
How does that happen on your watch?
I don't know.
How does that happen on your watch?
I mean, that's a tough thing to deal with as a commissioner, though. It's like this whole country. I mean, you have one team.
Aren't
that's
you
in a
taking
different
meetings
country.
to make sure that doesn't happen?
I
Don't
agree.
you foresee that?
Yeah.
Don't you foresee that?
Yeah.
That just shows how
True.
asleep at the wheel he is.
That does make sense. You got to be proactive about that.
Toronto's
shit.
got a beautiful ballpark.
Do they?
Yes.
Compared to the Sky Dome, what it was.
I've wanted to go up there just to go visit Toronto just to see it because I never realized.
I've been there.
For the longest time, I
was a
didn't realize
dump.
it's like right next to Detroit. I guess I wasn't very good at geography, but I didn't realize that Toronto was so close to Detroit and you could cross over into Canada like right there by Detroit. But yeah, I need to get up. I need to get up there a little bit. What are these guys doing in there? Anyways.
There's a ruckus in the stand.
Yeah, apparently. They're gonna- Oh yeah, that's a little much.
Too much
probably.
energy.
Yeah. So as far as Chris, are you more of a Cubs or Sox fan?
I always say I'm a baseball fan.
Okay, yeah.
I don't think you have to
Safe-ass
dislike.
answer.
I don't think you have to dislike one just because you like the other. My favorite team to watch is the Padres
Okay,
and the Blue Jays,
okay.
and it's
Has
all
that
because
just been recent though?
no, it's always been. I mean,
My old bones
Ah.
Yeah,
need cracking.
yeah,
The Padres knocked the Cubs out of
yeah.
84.
a playoff berth my freshman year in high school.
Okay.
And I still close my eyes at night and I see Steve Garvey rounding the bases with his fist up in there, and I just want to take a sniper rifle and shoot at him.
He did have a hell of a series.
Oh my God.
He did have a hell of a series.
Carlos Lascano. Oh my God. Just painful to remember that. But that kind of urged me on to watching the Padres. They had Gary Templeton playing short. I love Gary Templeton. They had some really nice ball players.
A long time.
Yeah, they really had some nice ball players. Toronto, I always like Toronto because they played the White Sox.
Okay.
So I got to see, Upshaw, a lot of the players that they had. Help me out. The guy who played the majority of his career in Cleveland, that was the second baseman at Toronto.
Okay. Kelly Gruber?
No. Danny Ainge played third for the Blue Jays.
Early 80s, you're talking? Danny Ainge was 81 was his rookie year.
I'm talking more about the late 80s, early 90s Blue
Tony
Jays.
Fernandez?
Tony Fernandez was shortstop.
Okay.
He was
There
fantastic.
was Tony Fernandez, Kelly Gruber. For second, Lloyd Mosby.
No, he was outfielder.
80s
I'll Google it when
Blue
we take a
Jays.
break.
Good
Yeah.
God,
Maybe we
that's
can
a
even get
good
somebody in
one.
over there.
Dave DuBose wants to know what the current status of Don Mattingly's sideburns is. Anybody know about that?
Shave those sideburns, Mattingly. It's a Simpsons quote. Oh man, that's gonna.
Yeah,
drive
you
me
can expect
insane.
plenty of Simpsons quotes from Dave.
If you can see, check out what they're talking about. Who's the second baseman for who? Toronto? And what year?
It's gonna come to me.
Yeah, what are you looking for here?
Robbie Alomar.
No, that was 90s.
But he was second baseman for the Blue Jays, and then he played the majority of his career
Yeah,
with the Cleveland Indians.
he started out.
No, I think it was Gene Snow.
Robbie.
The callback to our
Yeah,
Claremont
Robbie
Collections
was
episode.
on the Blue Jays in the 90s. 92, I think, was when he moved over. But 88. Okay. Oops. Sorry.
So you said what years are you talking about?
Roberto Alomar, I think he was a rookie in 87, and then 92 he went over to the Blue Jays right
Okay.
when they were starting to get really good.
Wasn't there a couple Alomars?
There was Sandy Alomar,
Yeah.
Roberto Alomar,
Catcher.
and then Sandy Alomar Jr.,
Yeah.
who should be a coach. I don't know what happened.
He had some time. Sandy Alomar had some time with the White Sox. Junior.
Yeah.
Junior.
He was a bench coach, but never a full-on manager.
And then Junior was the catcher for the White Sox.
Yeah. And they were.
He may have even been on that 05 World Series team.
Matter of fact, I think he was on the Padres too. Both of them were on the Padres at one point in time. Yeah, that was late. Yeah, 87, 88, I think was their 89
So
for
I
San
watch a lot of different teams. I'm not just married to the
Yeah.
Cubs or the Sox.
Yeah. Okay.
My favorite place to go watch a baseball game is Milwaukee Brewers.
Yeah.
It's just a great time.
I've been to Miller Park and it was a good
great
time.
time.
I had a good,
Good
time
food,
up
good
there
drinks. And it's easy to get out of.
yeah.
eating. Easy to get in and out of it. The,
Yeah.
the tickets were a lot cheaper.
Yeah.
Food's
Tailgating.
cheaper. The beer's cheaper.
Yeah.
Everything's cheaper.
Tailgating.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, we got Mark Scanio wants to jump in and give us
Mark
his hot takes.
Scanio.
Want a hot take from Mark or what's up?
Hot
Oh,
take.
we'd like a hot take from Mark. That'd be
All
fantastic.
right, we get the floating head of Mark Scanio coming.
Is
in
he?
live via
Can he
satellite.
hear us yet? Okay. Yeah. How is JT's porch treating you over there?
Yeah, I can hear you. You're good.
Be louder in a second. There we go.
Sorry, yeah. Where are you guys at right now? What point? What are you guys talking about?
We just got done talking a little bit of. They're talking Blue Jays here. Uncle Bad Example's a big Blue Jays fan.
Oh, dude, the Blue Jays got a lot of talent, man. Young talent. It's crazy because a lot of them are former MLB players' kids, like Bo Bichette and
Biggio.
Who else? There's like a
Biggio.
bunch of them.
Guerrero Jr.
Guerrero Jr. and then even who was the second baseman for the Astros?
Biggio.
His kid.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Kevin
Craig
Biggio.
kid. So
You sound like you're slurring a little.
no, I'm good. I've been drinking beers, watching the Final Four. Dude, Justin, you know I wouldn't have missed this for the world, but dude, bad night, man. Bad timing.
Final Four. I mean,
It's all
yeah,
good.
We kind of understood that it was right in a prime slot here.
Yeah.
What's going on in that game right now?
No, it hasn't started yet, right?
Teeter-totter so far. UCLA was down like 1 or 2, but Baylor killed Houston. That was my big game. So I'm not really as interested now in the second one.
Did you pick the Baylor Houston game right?
What's that?
Did you pick the Baylor Houston game correctly?
No, I needed Houston, and Baylor obviously killed them.
Okay. You got on that one, huh?
I got. Can you guys?
Who's your-
am I centered? It's weird. Like I can only see half of me. Am I centered? Can you guys see me or no?
No, you're close to centered. If you're seeing half of you, you're right. Go right there.
Not here.
Right there,
Not
right
here.
there.
But right
Okay,
Golden.
all right, there we go.
Yeah.
Sorry, a lot of beers, guys.
Don't worry about it. So you're the resident socks guy here right now. Tell us a little
Yeah.
bit about your socks.
Dude, probably the most excited I've been about the White Sox in 15 years. It's been actually
They have
rough
a really good team.
5 years going through this same thing the Cubs did, the rebuild stuff.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm moving away from the bar a little bit. So yeah, the rebuild was really tough. You know, watching them lose 90 to 100, close to 100 games every year. And then super excited about everything they were doing, and then Eloy
Tears
Jimenez
his
actually
pec
got
up.
hurt, hanging on the fence. So that
In a
was
spring
kind of
training game
heartbreaker.
and an uncatchable ball.
Is that really what ended up happening? That's how he got hurt? Oh,
And it was like a really
Yeah, it was a
odd
spring
injury.
training game, and he tried to jump the fence and hung on the fence and tore his lat or pec or something.
heck yeah.
Heck,
So he's out for 4 to 5 months. But actually, they got some other hitters. Yerman Mercedes, he went 5 for 5 last night.
Yes.
baby.
And then they have a couple other hitters too. Andrew Vaughn. So, you know, they got guys that could fill in. I mean, if they make a deep playoff run, hopefully Eloy's back for that. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, because
he's going to pull a Kyle Schwarber.
4 months
Yeah,
or something like
that's
that.
exactly what I
they're
was
He's
thinking.
going to pull a
Yeah.
Kyle
We're
Schwarber.
saying September. he
Originally
should
they
be
said 5 to 6 months, and now they're saying 4 to 5. So I like the 4 to 5 a lot better.
saying. Yeah, Schwarber definitely did pull it off for us, and never
Yeah.
looked quite that good ever again.
And honestly, like the lineup's sick, but the bullpen is actually really good too. You know, they
100%
signed Liam
agree.
Hendricks to like $73 million over 4 years. Aaron Bummer, he's going to be the setup man. So honestly, like, dude, the bullpen's sick. The starting pitcher. So Carlos Rodon 2 years ago was your number 1 starter, and now he's your number 5. So just
Wow,
to kind of show
yeah.
you like how, you know, the pitching staff is set up. You got Lance
What do you guys
Lynch, your
got?
number
Dallas
3.
Keuchel, you got Giolito.
Dylan Cease, dude,
Dylan
if that guy can
Cease.
throw strikes, Dylan Cease is going to be a stud. And
Mhm.
How
that's
long
not
do you
even
think-
That's not even including Michael Kopech, who is now in your bullpen.
Kopech,
who
yeah.
is going to be.
How long do
who's
you
gonna
think
be a
before they
starter
put him in
eventually.
the starting rotation?
2 years.
Kopech?
Yes.
I think probably not this year, because he's going to be on an innings restriction for sure. So I think maybe they wait till next year, unless he pitches out of his ass, and then they might say, like, for a playoff run, he might be your number 3 if the other guys aren't pitching well. So
I'm going to be very interested to watch this year. Lorenzo Cain in Milwaukee, Kopech here in Chicago, the guys who opted out last season because of COVID, if that's
Yeah.
going to stall their careers.
It's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, so the Kopech thing was a little interesting too, because it wasn't all COVID.
Agreed.
You guys still got me? Sorry, I went blank.
Yeah.
But the Kopech thing was he just got married, and he was going through a divorce like literally 4 months after he got married. So I think a little bit was COVID, and then the arm. He had surgery, Tommy John's, and the personal stuff. So there was a lot going on there.
What do you think of? Are you excited about Luis Robert? I mean, that guy's. He's.
Dude, the guy's
built-
a straight up 5-tool player. I mean,
I agree.
The only thing is I mean, I even watched the first
That
couple
big and
games,
that
and he
much
swings
speed.
at everything. That low outside slider, curveball, that guy's swinging, and it's like, dude, he's got to learn how to lay off. And I think the experience eventually he will, begin to lay off that pitch. But yeah,
If they throw the
he's
rosin
probably the
bag
most
at him, he's
excited
gonna
I am
swing at
about a
it.
player. What's that?
If they throw the rosin bag at him, he's going to swing at it.
Oh yeah, dude, that guy's a free swinger. But I mean, he connects, man. He could flick the ball out to right, and that ball's going out of the park. So
A big guy with that much speed is
Yeah.
freakish.
Dude,
Make sure to
honestly,
update my.
I still think the Yankees are the class of the AL, but I think the Sox are, if not 2, they're 3. I mean, Toronto's up there too. The only thing is they got a tough division. Tampa's kind of down this year, so I really think it's Yankees, White Sox, and you always get the A's, but I don't think the A's are anything to worry about this year.
Do you think a 162 game season this year is going to make the chalk stand out a little bit more?
Yeah, but I think so. But in a way, you still could get some sleeper teams. Maybe you get a Toronto being, your wild card, or
That's where
first,
my
second
money's
wild
going.
Card.
I think Toronto's going to score a lot of runs. I'm big on the overs again this year. I think there's gonna be a lot more offense.
Yes,
And you
I
saw
agree.
it, and you-
Totally agree.
And you saw it with the Cubs game too. Kyle Hendricks, control guy, cold weather,
Oh yeah.
Yep.
swings the advantage over to the hitter. You know,
Yeah.
the first month or two of the season, boys, step up to the overs at the pay window.
Yeah.
No, I agree. I actually bet an over in a baseball game today. Kind of, I took the over in the San Diego Padres. Who are they
Another
playing?
team?
Who are they playing again? I don't even know who they're playing. I bet it.
You're feeling that good about that
they're
Padre
playing
offense.
Arizona and the Padres. So I got over 8.5 runs in that game. So
Nice. Yeah, I saw the Sox had a big output tonight. or
Snell
today.
pitched today, right, for the
last
Padres?
night, 12 runs.
Yeah.
Who pitched for the Padres today? Snell?
Might have been Darvish.
No, it was
Haddock?
no. I totally forgot. They not Peak. They remember they had a guy named Peacock, but I think he's their 4th or 5th.
No, that's Chris Paddock.
Paddock. Chris
There's,
Paddock.
Paddock, right?
Oh, he pitched today? There's Joe Musgrove,
Musgrove,
Darvish,
I think
Snell.
Musgrove's tonight. I think, or was he last
Okay.
night?
No, Darvish pitched last night, right? He pitched the opener?
Yeah, so then it's Musgrove tonight for sure.
Yeah.
So Darvish was their opener?
Yeah. Dude, he's
God damn.
nasty.
He is nasty. I know.
He's nasty.
Yeah,
Well, he
dude,
does
they
have a
got
ton of
big
pitches.
pitching staff. Oh, and you know they got the one guy who's on IR this year. The guy who got hurt last year. He was with the Indians.
Shane
Dude,
Bieber?
I'm sorry, I'm drinking so many beers tonight. I can't even remember people's names. But
He's saying Bieber.
No, it's not Shane Bieber. It's the other guy.
the other guy,
He's a son of a former ball player.
long-haired Clevenger.
Yes. And he's
Okay.
nasty.
He is nasty, but obviously out for the year or whatnot. So.
Mark,
we saying?
Mark, as long as you remember Bonfire Banter's name to all the people you're talking to tonight, that's all that really matters.
Yeah, no, I do. Yeah. Dude, like I said, I feel so bad because I committed to this thing like a month and a half ago. And once I commit to something, dude, I never break a promise. And then Rob just texted me and I'm just like, oh man, it's Final Four. You know, I'm like, I can't miss it, you know.
Hey, well, you're here. You're here
Yeah.
right now. We got you.
We appreciate it. What's the score of the UCLA game? Just real quick. I know we're talking baseball.
No idea. I actually went outside to do this because I didn't want to be around the loud noise and, you know,
Gotcha,
people
I feel ya.
screaming and, you know, stuff like that.
So, Mark, give us your super early opening day-ish World Series picks here.
Dude, I mean, if I'm not going to talk about White Sox, I would go Yankees. Obviously, I'm going to throw the White Sox in there just because I'm a fan and I really do believe in them this year.
Yeah.
So between those two teams, I'll say White Sox, but my heart says White Sox, my head says Yankees. And dude, honestly, Dodgers are insane, man. I'm not even going to lie. The Dodgers are the class. But if I'm going to go underdog, I think San Diego could find a way to get in there. So I could see the Padres and White Sox like storyline, like with the trade between those two teams that got him a now $400 million player, and the White Sox should still have him, Fernando Tatis Jr.
How do you feel about the Atlanta Braves?
I like Atlanta. Honestly, I mean, Atlanta will be good, but dude, that division's tough. You still have the Nationals. They got a couple good pitchers, and you can never sleep on them. And dude, the Mets.
I like going to the window with the Braves in my back pocket
to win the World Series.
To bet on them. I think they're a high octane offense. I think that they're a good bet.
Yeah, I mean, dude, that
Talking
you
World
probably
Series
get, what,
wise?
12, 14 to 1.
Season, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I wouldn't hate on that pick.
They do got. I know that a little bit about the Braves as far as they got a lot of young guys, a lot of really good hitting, right?
Yeah, they do.
They're
got,
soft on pitching.
Well,
What's
they
your
got,
pick?
Albies. They got Ozzie Albies,
Yeah.
who's amazing, and then who's their other big slugger?
Acuna.
Yeah, Acuna, Ronald Acuna, dude. That guy's sick.
Who's your sleeper? If you're going to pick a team that no one would even think about going all the way, who would you
The
pick?
AL or the NL or both?
Let's do AL and NL.
Man,
I mean, sleeper just out of nowhere.
I like
dude,
it.
all right, I'll go sleeper, and it is kind of out of nowhere this year. I'll say the Astros, dude. They still got talent.
Wow.
Nobody's picking them in like the top 4 or 5 in the AL. But you know,
Losing Gurriel and losing Springer's leaving a big hole in their lineup.
huge. But I mean, if we're talking underdog, I mean, I could say Tampa Bay, but you know, they still do got some talent. They got some hitters. But if I'm gonna go underdog, I'll say Astros. You know, they still got a pretty decent lineup, some pitching.
They know how to win.
They find ways to win. And what, they got Dusty Baker as their manager. So that's like I'll say Astros is like a super duper upset AL. And NL, dude, NL's tough. I mean, maybe the Reds. Everybody says Reds every year, and then the Reds end up choking, and they don't do anything.
I was hot on the Reds last year with the shortened season.
Yeah.
With the shortened season.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, and like I said, I still think St. Louis is the class of that division, and Milwaukee's just kind of that 500 type team. But maybe the Reds.
Yeah,
I mean, if you're talking underdog, I'm going to go Reds there.
The Brewers bullpen by committee is tough, though. And I do like their manager.
Yeah. No, yeah. I mean, what was it? Craig Counsell, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, the Brewers will always be there. I mean, I know Justin and I, we made a bet last year, more wins, Cubs, Sox. I know I'm the biggest Cub hater. I don't see them doing much this year. Right? You could just, it seems like a
score runs
type year.
Yeah, it's gonna be okay when we'll take the division still. Don't worry about it. Jake Arrieta's gonna come back. He's gonna look like his Cy Young self. It's gonna be great.
Kool-Aid is on the set, drinking the Kool-Aid.
Well, like one of the head scratching things is, dude, why didn't you bring John Lester back for $8 or $9 million? Like the heart and soul of your 2016
he looked pretty
team,
bad
and then
last year. I don't know.
It made absolutely no sense at all.
I think that Lester gave everything that he had, and his tank's about empty.
I think it is.
For sure, but that's the kind of guy you just signed because he's a veteran presence. He
he's
could
like
be your fourth or fifth starter and eat innings,
locker room guy.
Right.
What do you think about the Lester thing there, Lubin?
I like Lester, but it was time for him to go.
Yep.
I can't handle winning a pitcher like, oh, hope he goes 5 innings this game.
Yeah.
Get the hell out of here.
He was meatballing people last year.
That's another thing.
Throwing
His
shit right
velocity
down
was
the
down,
center.
No ground balls.
Better to get rid of a
And-
pitcher
But isn't
a
that
year
kinda
too
Arrieta
soon
too?
than a year too late.
Arrieta had a down season. His
Tommy
velocity
John.
went down with the Phillies, but he was also on a terrible team that's just totally disorganized. I feel that with Arrieta could be the lightning in a bottle they're trying to strike with him because cheap. He's used to the Wrigley Field. He's used to the cold and then
He's
the
jacked
hot.
to be back here too.
He really was
and
heartbroken about leaving. He loved
And I think Arrieta, I could handle him flopping. I can't handle another year of just looking at Lester and like, all right, 4 innings, 90 pitches. It's time to pull him and bring in our Buster bullpen. So
I think it's going to be interesting to watch the Cubs this year. I know, Cub hater, this is poison to you. What's going to be interesting for me as a baseball fan is watching the absence of Theo Epstein.
Yeah.
I want to see Hoyer step up if he can be the deal maker. I want to see how he's going to plug in holes.
Yeah.
I want to see if Judd Hoyer's ready to do the job. That's going to be really, really interesting.
It is interesting. I also think that just watching David Ross in a full season now is also going to be interesting how he handles that.
I already see him doing small ball that Madden was not doing.
Yeah.
Madden kind of got caught up in his hype a little bit, being, the big brain.
Yep.
And I think that Ross, something I've known for a long time, something that you watch, how many major league managers were former catchers?
Yeah.
They know the game
better,
from a different point of view. So they know the intricacies, how to bunt a guy over, how to get a run home on a sac fly. And Madden kind of lost a lot of that. I mean, you'd see him choke in clutch situations.
Yeah.
I think Ross in 162 games, I'd rather have him at the helm.
I'm curious to see just because he had
though back in the day, wasn't he?
Yeah, but he was a buster.
Yeah.
Who, Madden?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm curious to see just because he had no managerial experience. This is his first go at. I mean, retired, was on ESPN, I think, for a year.
Yeah. He's on Dancing with the Stars.
Now he's the manager of a huge franchise. I like it as a homer and going like, I like David Ross. He hit a homer in the World Series. This is Dale Rossi.
Dudes love playing
was it
for
the
him.
right move or was it to put fans in the stands?
I think it was him or Girardi I wanted, and I think Ross was the right move because I totally agree with you. Like, he's a different mindset when that comes to the catcher.
Yeah.
He's in tune with all the pitchers. You know what I'm saying? Not saying Madden was not.
And
I'm
he's
just
had
saying,
his
like,
finger on the pulse recently.
yes.
Yeah.
And I just feel like it was time for a fresh set of
Like
eyes.
Rocco Baldelli. He's such a good manager
Oh, Rocco
because
is
he's
awesome.
had his finger on the pulse recently. So
Was he the one who had fibromyalgia and just it was him. So he was a good ball player and his body couldn't recuperate. So every game, like his muscles just wouldn't recuperate and just through straight pain. And not a lot of people know that, like playing through that, just trying to play the game. And Rocco Baldelli
he was a stud.
he was a great ball player when he
at
first
Tampa.
came out. Great ball player.
I don't know the name.
Oh, yeah. He's,
Great ball player.
Twins manager, right?
Okay.
Great ball player. I can't remember what school he went to. I think 2004 sounds about right. Was his rookie year? Somewhere around there.
He was rookie of the year, wasn't he? In the AL?
Yeah, he was, I think.
I think
so.
you're right. That sounds. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if he wasn't. So
Well, Lubin,
one thing
who's
one thing
yeah, go for it.
interesting, real quick about Theo Epstein is going back to Theo is, dude, I have nothing but the utmost respect for him. He did it in Boston, did it here. But
He's a
I would
builder.
like to see him do it in a small market team. I mean, dude, no doubt, he's a Hall of Famer. Not going to deny
Yeah.
that. But let's see what he could do with a Tampa Bay Rays or an Oakland
Yeah.
A's or a
Miami
Arizona
Marlins.
he works for
Diamondbacks.
the
Dude,
league
he's
now.
had nothing but blank checkbooks with the Boston Red Sox and the Chicago Cubs.
Yeah.
So it's like, dude, I'd love to see him go to a small market team like the Texas Rangers or something. He'll never go. He'll never do it. But
I think he's the type of a general manager like Phil Jackson is with a coach. As long as the cupboard is stocked, he's a great general manager.
Yeah.
And he's a builder though, and he's not a maintainer. You know, he kind of got his, tit in a ringer with some of those contracts,
Yeah.
and he had to unload a lot of it. And you're seeing Jed. How does he clean that mess up?
Yeah.
I really, really
And
am
he got us
excited to
there. He
see
got
how
us what
does
we
it.
wanted out of him. We brought him in for
Right.
one job.
108 years.
He did the job.
108 years.
I mean, so I'm not mad about the tit being caught in the ringer at this point because I already got the ring on the
Right.
finger,
What were we
So-
going
and it is Theo's mess. You're right about that. Is like he left Boston a mess when he left there, and now the
Yep.
Cubs are a mess.
Yep.
You know, I mean, dude,
Yep.
bad contract after bad contract. Like,
Yep.
dude, I mean, what do they got to Kimbrel and then the guy Chatwood and then who was the guy from the Dodgers? That Brandon Morrow. They gave him a bunch of money.
Yep.
It's like, dude, like that. After a while, I'm sure Ricketts is like, dude, you're not signing anybody anymore.
Right. I was psyched to see them get rid of Hugh Darvish and get something.
Yeah.
You know?
What did they get though? It didn't
Yes.
seem like a lot, was it?
trash. All young, unproven players that are not even in single A ball. Like two shortstops. They're super
middle
young.
infielders.
It
Yeah.
was a dump. They're just trying to say they're trying to rebuild their farm system.
But
You could never have
But-
enough middle infielders, dude. I'd take 10 shortstops right now.
Oh,
so
right.
The Cubs have
those are bargaining chips for later.
the local
Right.
boy Ed Howard, and they also have another guy, Christian Hernandez, who they signed out of Cuba, who's nasty. And then who do you think are they gonna re-sign Baez and then have those two guys develop? This Christian Hernandez is like the next Luis Robert, and Ed Howard, the local boy from Chicago, is nasty. So it's come
you
on,
remember
stop
what team he was
stockpiling.
on, right, guys?
Who?
The high school team.
No, the remember they were in the Little League World Series, the team that got their title taken away.
He was one of the Obama Little Leaguers.
Yeah, but what was that team's name? They remember they won the whole Little League World Series, and then they found out they were taking players from out of district.
It wasn't.
I don't remember.
That was Ed Howard was on that team.
Yes.
Oh my god.
That was
You
the
remember what
Jackie
I'm talking
Robinson
about?
Little
They were-
Leaguers. That was the Jackie Robinson Little Leaguers.
Jackie Robinson West. That's right. That's it.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
Holy shit! I did not know that.
Yep.
Shoot.
The Obama Little
Wait,
Leaguers.
wait, wait. I totally forgot about that team.
Nope.
Yeah. So now you got some of these kids coming up after that whole debacle.
Oh
and-
yeah. Just
Hey, I just want to let you guys know I am wearing my White Sox shirt. By the way, I'm gonna sneak peek for it.
Yeah, that's great.
I heard there's going to be a shortage of
Real great.
toilet paper coming up soon, so
yeah.
we definitely might have to use that.
Yeah,
What do you?
they give
what do
those
you-
out for free if you buy a couple tickets over.
Oh, Biggie size your fries and get 2 free tickets to White Sox game.
Yeah, the only major league team that doesn't have to worry about social distancing.
Oh, bang.
Dude, I like it. Easy access to the beer stand, concessions, and the bathroom. So
Yeah, it's
nothing
great.
wrong with that.
What do you think about Tony La Russa pushing the buttons for the White Sox? Do you think he's a relic, or do you think he's still in tune?
Dude, I hate Tony La Russa with a passion. I hate everything
That's
about
awesome.
Tony La Russa. Like I
Another
heard, I didn't
White
even
Sox
listen- I don't know-
retread.
I don't listen to his post game interviews, but he missed a challenge play, I guess, on Madrigal and on the first game, and then he's like, "Yeah, I was just kind of like a little out of it and a little tired." I'm like, "Dude, don't say that publicly. Like we've been starving for a win for 16 years. Like you can't."
Who's
say
the bench coach? Who's the bench coach for the Sox?
They got that Miguel Cairo now.
Miguel Cairo? Really?
He was a
Yeah.
Cub.
He was shortstop for the
Yeah.
Cubs.
He was a Cub.
Wow. Who
I
was
think Don Cooper not being on the staff this year is going to hurt them too.
Well, they got Ethan.
They lost their
Katz.
pitching
They're really,
coach.
They're really high on this Ethan Katz, who was with San Francisco Giants. and
he's
I
very,
actually
very
think He was
good.
Giolito's high school pitching
Yeah.
coach, maybe,
Yeah, I saw that.
or,
Yep.
or head or manager.
That makes sense.
Dude, sometimes you just need new, fresh blood in there. Like I
Yeah.
mean, Cooper did a great job with a lot of different pitchers. One of them's behind bars right now, Esteban Loaiza, but
Yeah.
for the most
Cocaine's a hell
part,
of a drug.
you just got you need new blood.
All right, let me ask you this real quick. If you were going to say who's going to be the surprise rookie this year, not on the White Sox,
Okay.
who would you pick?
Well, White Sox, I would pick Andrew Vaughn.
I agree. I think he's going to be a monster.
Dude, honestly, rookies is a complete crapshoot. I'd have to look at the board. I don't even have any names in front of me.
Okay.
But probably
I think we
somebody
saw
from, like,
it.
the
I think we saw it
Dodgers or-
against the Cubs already.
Oh,
Key Brian.
The kid from
Brian
Pirates,
Hayes.
from Pittsburgh. What's his name?
Pittsburgh. Yep.
Key Brian Hayes. Charlie Hayes'
Yep.
Charlie
son.
Hayes' kid.
Dude,
Yep.
that guy's supposed. Hey, what did he have? A home run in his first at bat, right? Or
Correct.
opening day?
3 for 5.
Yeah, but he also got injured today with something.
Yeah, he slid head first into first base and
In a first,
tweaked his
yeah.
thumb.
Oh,
He had a pickoff move.
Yummy.
Had
Yep.
a pickoff move.
yeah, he probably won't be doing that a whole lot more after they get into his
No,
ear on
could
that
be
one.
A couple weeks.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah, I
thumb
mean, dude,
is-
it'll be some
hard to hold the
pitcher or
bat.
something too from somewhere that'll come out of nowhere and be like a rookie of the year candidate or something.
Okay.
So, Mike, then who were you thinking World Series wise? Your super early pick here.
Oh, I'm ready. I'm ready to blow the lid off of everything.
What do you got?
Angels and Padres World Series.
Angels.
Angels.
No,
I would
way,
love to
Angels
see
don't
that,
have enough
actually.
pitching.
I agree. That's what the trade deadline is all about. I think they're just going to have a tremendous amount of talent when it comes to the bat. Their fielding is great. Jose Iglesias, I read a stat today that fielding percentage career-wise, he's number 2. Omar Vizquel's number 1, number 2, and because it's a Cubs thing, number 8 all time is Ray Sanchez.
Ray Sanchez.
Cesar Arturis was on there too, which is crazy. But I just think like the fielding, they got okay pitching, just their hitting, and I think like Madden's kind of, in my opinion, a little past his prime.
Yeah.
But I feel he's going to put the right pieces in place, and they're going to get the ball moving.
What I
Now-
see with Anaheim,
Yeah,
and I'm excited to
Los Angeles,
watch
maybe?
what
Yeah.
they do.
yeah.
Getting Rendon is going to take a lot of heat off of Trout and Pujols. You're going to see a big bounce back year from Pujols this year, having another guy in the lineup taking some heat off
Well, I
of
think he's
him.
got like 39 home runs. So
He's also 43
6.
years old.
I was
I
gonna
agree.
say,
Yeah, I agree.
definitely.
I
up
just-
there.
Yeah, but he's
He said a bomb yesterday.
he's got a little
so-
hope.
Yeah.
He's got a little hope.
for the National League, though, I love the Padres. Their pitching staff's nasty. So you just cannot go against the Dodgers.
Yeah.
The Dodgers pitching staff is nasty. Everything about them is just solid as a rock. And I just
Right.
feel it's going to be a California World Series
Yeah,
this year.
I
so-
don't
It's all
disagree with
about
that too
injuries, though,
much.
too. Like you got to stay healthy. That's like that's
162
I
games
agree.
this year.
Scare me because those guys are hurt all the time. Stanton and Judge, and
Mhm.
their pitching staff gets hurt. So it's all
Yeah,
about
you get the
that's
staying
what-
Sox
healthy.
roster, and like Eloy's always getting hurt, and
But that's where the
Giolito will
40-man
probably be
roster
hurt in
comes
a couple
in.
days.
The 40-man roster gives you a cushion against injuries.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Well,
Yeah, the
let's
Sox will
face
probably
it,
have
too,
half a roster in like
Let's
10
face
days.
it. Any team has an injury, it hurts unless you're the Dodgers. I mean,
Yeah, I
Right.
agree. 100% agree.
or maybe the Yankees. But injury like Eloy, you don't really have anybody else to fill in. You do, but you don't. Then
Erickson.
like the Dodgers, they get the guy hurt and they got 10 more guys. So
I didn't realize they were that deep.
Oh, dude.
Oh, my.
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
their
They're so
farm
locked.
system,
It's
their scouting
disgusting.
is just it's
Gavin Lux
it's
is
top notch.
that's her up and coming rookie, I guess, second year. Gavin Lux is that dude's gonna be nasty. Like Cody Bellinger. See you later. Like,
Really?
oh yeah.
'Cause he's nasty.
Or I'm not Cody
I was
Bellinger.
gonna
Corey
say-
Seager. I'm sorry.
Corey
Corey
Seager,
Seager. Corey
okay.
Seager's great.
I was gonna say,
But
Bellinger's
Gavin
a
Lux
beast.
is like, he's the real deal. Like, they just have talent. They scout.
They
I mean-
couldn't get Jock Peterson out there fast enough.
Yeah,
Yeah, the Cubbies were
Jock
happy to pick
Peterson
him
is
up.
like yesterday's news. He
Yep.
got tossed around like yesterday's news.
Was he rookie of the year?
Oh, Jock
Jock
I
Peterson?
believe so.
I feel he was rookie of the year and then just
sounds about right.
He had like
Felt-
40 home runs his rookie year.
and then just
Yeah.
fell
Guy
off.
hits 40
Cliff.
bombs that hits 220. It's unbelievable.
Yeah. Well, I think it's one of those things that happens. You come into the major leagues, you could have some like eye-opening stats, but then when the pitchers figure you out, you're going to see a little regression there usually.
It's
And
like, Joey
because-
Gallo.
that's what happened with Schwarber. Was
Yeah.
like came out and
his
just looked
second
like he
time
was,
around the league.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like these guys figure you out. They have a game plan going in on what you can and can't hit. And
And that's where the video is going to come back this year that they're allowing it again. You're
Yeah.
going to see the hitters close the gap on the pitchers. You know, beginning of the year, it's kind of hard to really see where the trend's at.
yeah.
You know, gamblers always look at trends. Beginning of the year, it always seems like the hitters have the advantage, and then the pitchers start to close the gap because they start looking at video.
Yeah.
And then the hitters go in between innings, they go check out their last at bat, and they try to make adjustments. So I think 162 games this year, you're going to see the chalk win out a little bit more this year.
Yeah.
You're not going to have any surprise teams as much this year. But I think the scoring pace is going to be up. So if you're going to, wager a couple dollars, look at run differential.
Yeah.
Look at overs.
Okay. Is did Mark leave us there?
I'm still here. Sorry, I was checking out some scores and
What's the score?
I didn't look at that one. I was looking at some of the other baseball scores. Hang on.
Yeah.
2-0 Padres, bottom of 2. But all right, let's get NCAA. Wow, UCLA's up 4, 38-34.
Yes.
Wow. Aren't they the 11th seed or some shit?
Yes, they are.
11 seed, yeah.
I always pull for like weird upsets or the underdogs and shit in the
Yeah, my
the
dad's got
NCAA.
him in his bracket, so I'm
Does he?
like, come on.
Oh hell yeah! Does he have
Well,
him winning?
Yeah, well, he goes in like some random gamble thing where they just pick 2 random teams
Okay.
and everyone takes it random. And he had
Okay.
Loyola and UCLA. And beginning of the tournament, I'm like, well, Loyola was pretty hot a couple years ago.
Yeah.
UCLA was cool in the 80s.
Yeah. You're not looking so good here. Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, I'm like, hey, UCLA won. Hey, Loyola won.
Yeah.
Loyola won. UCLA keeps winning. I'm like, Dad, don't say anything. We're just going to pretend like everything's normal.
Yeah.
Don't
UCLA's got a
jinx it.
real shot here, I guess.
Gonzaga's, they're
Third class of the field.
Yeah.
dude, they're.
Gonzaga's going to win this game. I'm
Yeah.
not even worried about it.
Oh, I agree. I mean, Gonzaga's just they're the full deal. They're undefeated. So, anyways, back
Yeah.
to baseball.
No, that's okay. That's what happens around here.
I'm going to step away briefly to go burn a mule.
Yeah. Go for it. No problem at all.
So,
Hey,
oh.
you guys got any more questions for me? I got to bounce. I'm going to head back inside and finish a few beers.
yeah, go ahead.
Hey, well, thanks for coming out there, Mark. We really appreciate it, man.
Yeah,
Justin,
thanks a lot, Mark.
anytime. If you want to do like a mid-season, another one or whatever, dude, anytime. I'm here to support you, Bonfire Banter, the whole panel. Dude, honestly, anytime. Like I said,
We're
I
gonna
don't
get you
like
back out
breaking
here.
promises,
We're gonna
but,
get you out again.
Thanks, Mark.
I will definitely be back in at another point. I want to do it again whenever. Just let me know.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
No problem. We're definitely going to. So we'll see you
All right,
soon, buddy.
All right. Thanks, guys. Hey, take
Take
care.
care.
Bye.
I wanted to ask him about some rookies that were coming.
Yeah.
So I'm like so up to date with all these like new rookies that are up and coming. And
Who are
he's-
you? Oh, you got some food for us? Oh, it starts serving it
He
out.
left at
I
the
know.
right
Get Lube in
time.
here first. Come in here. Come in here because he's
Well,
coming
first
back in a
he's gonna
second.
talk about it.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
Look at
balls.
these. Oh, yeah.
Thank you. Make sure to tip the waiter.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Perfect timing.
None for you. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you
we're
get
going.
it.
We're going. Holy.
Let's see what we got here. I'm excited. All right. Chef Jordan is dishing these out.
Damn, dude. Thank you. This looks amazing. One paper towel.
I will take a little paper towel. So, we got any questions or anything back there, guys? Anyone comments?
Thank you.
Getting some food
Hold
going?
on, Justin. We're stuffing our faces here.
Yeah, you not gonna drink
No, right. I was thinking about it. I'm like, better not.
Split this one.
it? So let's try these and see what we got here. Let's see what Jordan's done for us here. Losing it.
Sure.
Oh man.
That's real good.
Grab a napkin.
Passing back your way here. Ready?
Top, up top.
The lefty. All right. Jordan, these are fantastic.
Yeah.
Bread's real good. Got the onion on there. Fantastic brat. I mean, what's some more baseball? I mean, you eat hot dogs and shit, but, you know, brats. And I went up to Miller Park.
Oh,
They have amazing brat. I mean, this rivals that. I think this is a pretty good sandwich you got here, guy.
top notch.
So this is excellent.
Yeah.
All right, so we're actually gonna get to the important people back here.
What you got?
and what we think about first. Wait,
Yeah, well,
let's get a.
Well,
Smells good. Freshly made bread.
what kind of mustard we got on here? Is it the proper mustard?
It's the proper.
Plotchman's.
It's the
So you all know it's
Plotchman's.
Plotchman's, of course.
The Plotchman's.
A little messy over here.
Messy, but it's delicious.
Jordan, it's really good.
The pepper and the onions put it over the top.
Yeah, the onion. Add the here.
To like the right of the top line of the pepper and onions, and then I took all that juice when I took them out of there because I take the top of the lid off and I put it on the grill, and then I put the pepper and onions on there to kind of give them a last sear. And I took all the juice and I actually dumped the juice on there to like wet the bread on the inside, so it's like au jus.
Are you not eating?
Yeah, this is killer,
will
man.
eat.
Oh,
I
Back
wouldn't
in the-
change a thing.
Back in the garage, my homestead, where I work.
I like that the bread's kind of, like a soaky.
Stoking it up.
mm-hmm.
Little inside joke there.
What's a soaky, Chris?
A soaky is something that Grandma Fran used to request quite frequently from Portillo's. Most people refer to it as gravy bread. But it's much better calling it a soaky.
Soaky.
Soaky sounds good. I like
Soaky
Soaky sounds
sounds
good. I
good.
like the soaky.
Yeah.
I actually added in those little red peppers you see in there. I never done that before.
I'm colorblind.
Yeah.
Oh, there are red.
I'm colorblind. Oh, there. Yeah, those are hot peppers, but I took all the seeds out of them, so
Oh, it tastes
kind of
great.
mild them down a little bit.
Oh, very good. And I might need another one of those napkins over here in a second.
Yeah, it's
So,
it is a messy brat. I never said I was perfect.
So you've been to a few baseball games, right?
Mostly Sox games.
What do you think about the Sox Park versus Wrigley?
What do I think of guaranteed rates?
Yeah, whatever the hell they call that place. I don't know.
Yeah.
Guaranteed Kaminsky guaranteed U.S. Cellular.
Go back to U.S. Cellular. I like that. The company that wasn't even in Chicago anymore for like 5 years. And they fucking still has a stadium named that.
As an adolescent, would like to if I brought my kids to a game,
Yeah.
I think I would like to bring my kids to a White Sox. Just
More
because
affordable.
It's just more. Well, yeah.
You can
More
social
affordable.
distance. I mean,
More affordable. And I know Wrigley's making pushes to kind of tailor to families more with that
they had the
field bet
Gallagher
now.
Way thing. I'm
Yeah,
taking
which is
Olivia in
pretty
there.
cool.
It is pretty cool. It lets you get out there and
The
like
kids get to
let them
run
run around
around,
and then
yeah.
go back to the seats. And
They definitely went
Yeah.
a little more towards the family aspect, but Wrigley, in my eyes, has always been like drunk
Yuppie
assholes.
town.
Yeah.
party.
Well, it was
Party
called,
town.
it was called for the longest time the biggest beer garden in Chicago,
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
and it's accurate.
it is accurate. I go to Wrigley not to go to the Cubs games, to go just drink there.
Right. See the girls in the bikini tops out in the bleachers on their cell phone, not even knowing there's a game going on
Yeah.
right behind them.
I'm
Yeah.
okay with that.
So as an
Game's always more
adult,
fun.
going with like my buddies to the Cubs game is sweet, but like
You're gonna take Theo to a game.
It'd be cool to see a White Sox game. They got
Yeah.
like the fireworks and the whole show and all that stuff.
Jump on 294, head north, go to
They have
Miller
the-
Park.
You can throw the
Miller Park, I've heard, is
It's great.
phenomenal for
Yeah.
families. Yeah.
Bomb.
That whole slide thing they have in the outfield with the mascot, that's a genius.
Mm-hmm.
Absolute genius. But yeah, no, I like personally Wrigley. I like the history behind it.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't U.S. Cellular guaranteed Comiskey.
Yeah.
Kaminsky.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
But you
Wrigley
need a
Field,
co-signer to go to a game.
Wrigley
Yeah.
Field is technically like one of the first sellout games.
Yeah, they definitely check
Stadiums.
your credit at the door of Wrigley. Make sure you do.
But they did. I mean, they sold out the Wrigley gum.
Mm, chewing
right?
gum.
Yeah.
There's I went to the original Cubs Stadium. It's just a stand now, or like a statue. It's a couple blocks north of Rush.
Rush Hospital.
I think it is. More on the south side, than
Yeah.
the north side. And then it was Weigman Park, I think, and then it changed it over to Weigman. I might be wrong. And then Wrigley Field,
Oh.
and now it's a historical landmark, so they can't really adjust much to it. But this is being diehard Cubs. If I had kids, hopefully eventually, all those single ladies out there.
Tagline.
We'll pop his phone number down at the bottom.
Got the baby batter you want to put out there?
Lubing the deal. So I feel I would go to a White Sox game because it's more closer to the field. The bleachers are easier to bring your kids around
Yeah.
compared to the Cubs.
Walk in the concourse.
Exactly. You can walk
guaranteed rate.
around, and
Their field is super nice. I went there.
they have a lot of toss the ball to see how fast you can throw.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
There's water that shoots out when it's hot days. The Cubs have.
The shower's still out
Nothing.
in the center field.
The
you know,
Cubs actually just upgraded their bathrooms too.
they-
You used to be able to, when it was hot out, slide through the trough.
Yeah.
And you would cool off that way.
Yeah, you could.
You hang a wire at the big trough.
I'm sure there was some.
Oh, I've seen videos of.
Oh, I've
people
seen
doing
videos of people doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
That's disgusting.
I mean,
Mouth
that's-
open and everything.
Oh,
Having the time of their life.
Wrigley Field ass
Get a
clown.
little
Yeah.
hepatitis C, go home happy, you know?
Ugh. It's sterile.
Yeah, sure. That's what they say. It should be good, drinking a bunch of other people's piss.
Depends if they had
God.
coffee or not the morning before.
That's
A lot of people there got bit by a jellyfish.
Slide through that trough. You can get bit by 100 jellyfish
Yeah,
and
you're
you'd
good
be
to go.
okay.
You got to pee on it if you get bit by,
Yeah.
bit by
Yeah.
a jellyfish.
Yeah.
Just you make it to Wrigley fast enough and slide through the trough and you'll be good. No, you can't do it. Can't do it anymore though.
That was excellent.
Was good?
My compliments to the chef.
Oh, yeah. You got some extras in there. I don't think everyone. You need to go eat, though, I guess.
Yeah.
You're,
I
back
don't even think I'm gonna eat.
you're back at the house, man. You
I
got
honestly don't eat. Spoiler alert to most people that watch this.
Mm.
I don't eat a lot of the things that I cook.
You look like a salad eater.
You've been trying to
I'm a herbivore.
get. Yeah.
That was
Not often.
very, very good. Thank
yeah,
you.
no, I like pizzas. With the
Joe's,
three meats.
Joe's going to beat you in the competition, so there's.
Yeah. On that note, I need to go home.
All right. Well,
I'm
thank you
taking
so much. We appreciate it.
Yes,
As always,
that was really good.
coming out. I know
Chef
Lubin
Jordan, signing off.
Chef Jordan, everything you see is for sale. Anything he ever makes on this show, he will make for you, sell it to you,
In-person catering.
and spend the money on something probably frivolous, I'm guessing, but
Yeah.
maybe. Thank you again. Yeah, we'll see Chef Jordan. One more round of applause for him.
Yes, sir.
Always keeping us fed and happy out here on Bonfire Banter. I know Lubin was really wanting something there.
I was hungry.
Didn't you say you moved today?
I moved today, so me and my brother, we shared a whole pack of Starburst,
There you go.
and we were
So you
like,
at least got your vitamins in.
yeah,
Yeah.
vitamin reds,
Yeah.
because it was a red pack.
Oh, you didn't even
like-
get your vitamin C or anything.
No,
in
we
there,
were
the
just-
oranges.
We're like, all right, we're gonna stop after this. We're gonna stop after this run, and then it was like 4:50, and I'm like, oh man, what time do they want us at the show? 6:30. And then like my new apartment's just trash
Yeah.
everywhere because like
the
dressers and
worst.
drawers, a bed's upside down,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I got a shower, and then I'm like, oh man. Then I'm like, oh, let's go get a burrito on the way. And then I look at the time, and I'm like, ooh, I got to get going, or they're gonna be mad.
No, yeah, you should have.
Well, so anyways, I
Yeah.
wanted to talk about real quick
Yeah.
some baseball rookies. So I want to predict some of these baseball rookies that are going to be good
Who you like him?
and see how they are like later on. I can look back at this episode.
Yeah, it's always fun.
So there is one on the Angels named Brandon Marsh, who's supposed to be excellent.
Brandon Marsh. Okay.
There's a guy
Where does
in
he
the
play?
I can't remember right off the top.
Not
of
a
my head.
pitcher though.
No, he's not a pitcher.
Okay.
He's a third baseman. I might be wrong. Bobby Dahlbeck, who is on the Red Sox. This dude is natural raw talent.
Okay.
Ryan Mountcastle on the Orioles, who's going to be just excellent, and Alec Baum on the Phillies. These four guys are going to be.
Why these four for you? How do you know these guys? Where did this come from?
I collect baseball cards, and
Okay.
then you kind of you find them
Yeah.
through the minors, and you're like, okay, we got this
I
guy.
have
Okay,
notes
so
written
then you
down.
just
That's
see all
my
these
favorite one.
people just start like buying all these cards. I'm like, dude, on. And then you look at these guys' stats. Okay, so there's a guy on the I can't remember his freaking name right now. On the Giants, Jalen Davis is his name. He hit
Okay. Wouldn't even know if he
35 home runs in the minor leagues last year. Before the pandemic.
35.
35.
And how many
No
games?
one talks about him.
And how many
Uh,
games is this?
I don't know, probably like 90.
Right? Yeah.
They don't play a full season like
Yeah.
that. But no one talks about him. So like that's how you find out like, okay, these are gonna be up and coming rookies. The big one, obviously, is from the Yankees. You guys know who he is? The next like Mike Trout,
No.
Jason Dominguez. You
No.
guys have never heard of him?
I don't follow much baseball other than the Cubs.
Oh,
Taylor noticed
Jason
that already.
Dominguez, 5'2" player. Just he looks like Mike Trout on steroids. And Mike Trout's a pretty big dude.
So he looks like a bigger Mike Trout.
Jason Dominguez, you were gonna hear this guy's name for a very, very long time.
Yeah. Okay.
He is a monster. And you know how, and I know you can attest because both you guys have been to the baseball games. You're paying attention to the game and you hear a crack of the bat.
Yeah.
Different sound.
And you're like, whoa,
Yeah.
who just hit that?
Yeah.
And who is that guy?
Yeah.
This guy has that crack of the bat. And
Yeah.
you're just, when you hear that, you're like, okay, keep an eye on him.
Next level
And
kind of
you
guy.
just see this raw talent. Like, I think he's going to be the biggest hype since Bryce Harper was, when Bryce Harper was like 18 or 17, just hitting bombs
Yeah.
with metal bats. And what?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
he's a monster. He looks like a gigantic Mike Trout. And I mean, this guy's
Okay.
probably maybe 19. Could you imagine being that at 19?
No.
I'd
Yeah,
have
it's
so many
weird.
kids. Just a monster like that.
So what level is he playing in right now?
He is in he has never played a professional ball game yet.
Well,
Really?
minor league baseball's kind of had an overhaul recently
Yeah.
too.
Okay.
There's not as many minor league teams affiliated with major league right now because
really?
they pared it down.
Mm-hmm.
So
Huh.
they've eliminated a lot of minor league clubs.
Weird.
So it's kind of hard to get. I'm very impressed that you're tuned in
Oh
with
yeah,
the minor leagues
like,
right now because that information is not as readily available
I'm
as it was
such a nerd
because
you
they
have no
pared down the
idea.
minor league teams.
Yeah.
The Cubs though, that Ed Howard's going to be great, and the Christian Hernandez. There's a Sox player. I wish I would. It's like Zebby Azuela or Zebby something. He's gonna be really good. Mark was talking about Andrew Vaughn. Andrew Vaughn is like Jim Tomei 2.0.
Really.
First baseman, DH, just a monster. They have a catcher named Zach Collins. I know they have Yasmani Grandal, who's great. Good pitch framing, all that stuff, good hitter. Zach Collins is going to be a monster too. And it's just like the Sox did it right. And how he suggested earlier, he's like, hey, the Cubs, they suffered for 5 years. We just built them up from player draft. And now they're putting all the pieces together. And the Sox are going to be an exciting team. They're cheap. They have so much payroll right now.
Yeah.
You know, like they paid a lot for Grandal. They paid a lot for the reliever, Matt Lindstrom, something like that. $70 million. Not Matt Lindstrom. I can't remember. The reliever they got, I can't remember his name right now, but they're gonna be great. And it's just nice to see, as much as I hate to say this, those Sox fans that I consider my friends, they're gonna see what I felt with
Yeah.
the Cubs. Like, dude, when you got Chris Bryant, you're like, holy shit, we
Yeah.
just drafted Chris Bryant. I
Yeah.
remember listening on the radio when we got drafted Javier Baez. I'm like, who the hell is Javier Baez?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you're like, wow, we're putting pieces together. Like you're saying the Blue Jays. When those Blue Jays put together, Bo Bichette is so nasty. He's very underrated. You have Loris Gurriel, who's really great. You have Vlad Jr., who dropped 30 pounds, by the way. Looks
Boy.
like a machine.
30 pounds.
When I
Yeah, he
walked,
was a big boy.
Yeah, he was,
And
yeah.
he
when I
slim
walked
timmed.
into our seats in Florida, he was playing third base.
You
I didn't recognize
yeah.
him.
No, he
Didn't
Oh, wow.
recognize him.
Yeah, 30 pounds of
It was-
a frame like that, and like
He looked
Major
like
League, that's-
Schwarber did when Schwarber
Yeah.
dropped all the
Yeah.
weight.
when you first saw, you're like, oh man, what kind
But
of
he's
magic
still got the
pills is he
jacked
eating?
up shoulders.
Yeah, he's got a swing. He's like the my favorite player, who's not one of my favorite players, but my favorite player who I knew would hit more than any ball where it was either shoot besides Vlad Guerrero,
Yeah.
shoelaces to eyeballs, was a guy named Randall Simon. He used to play for the Cubs and the Pirates. He is notoriously known for hitting the mascot with a bat at Miller Park when they were doing the sausage races and hit him. And like they find him and all that stuff. His name's Randall Simon. Well, anyways, this guy struck out like 8 times or 18 times in a full year.
Oh,
He
shit.
didn't hit home runs. He
I mean,
didn't always hit.
contact.
It was contact. And what Vladimir Guerrero, that guy's straight contact. That guy's going to be so good. And just losing that weight, you're going to have more swing straight instead of arching over to try and balance your weight. You're going to have more speed, so you're
More
going to
room.
stretch
More
that,
room.
and then, your stretch that's from single to a double. More power.
Well, that's Tatis's claim to fame too. He's a contact guy that hits for power.
Mm-hmm.
He had, I think, only 14 Ks last year, and had. Correct me if I'm wrong. I was in the middle to upper 20s for home runs in that 42 game
That
season.
sounds about right.
What
and he
he
was on
did
a-
in a shortened season last
Yeah.
year was incredible.
And he also went on a streak last year for like 1 week where he had probably like maybe
8 games
5 or
in a
6 home
row.
runs. Yeah,
He had
something like
8
that.
games in a row where he had home runs.
Yeah. I
And,
remember seeing that.
Fernando Tatis is just raw, great.
the truth
talent.
right
Yeah,
now.
he's literally the new face of baseball.
Yep.
I mean, don't get me wrong, Mike Trout is, but Mike Trout is not a social person.
Right.
Yeah.
He just says he doesn't
And-
want to be the face of the
No,
franchise.
he doesn't. And
Come
people
out
are
and
like,
said it. Come out and said it.
yeah, he does. He likes he wants to play ball.
Yeah.
That's his main focus. Like, hey, I'm here to play ball. I'm not here to be these new Gatorade commercials like Fernando Tatis.
Yeah.
It's
Nothing
like
wrong with that.
Charles
You're gonna get
Barkley. I'm
paid.
not a role model.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
I love Sir Charles.
Yeah, absolutely. I do too.
Terrible.
Shout out. Round mound to rebound.
Yeah.
But I just think like this is a new breed. Like you have the Javier Baez who kind of like not started it, but the swagger, and Tatis brings that swagger to it.
Yeah.
You have Mookie Betts, like that guy is just an all around just gifted player, like
Lindor.
all around Lindor.
Yeah, Lindor's cool.
And with that massive contract, and we were talking about earlier, like that
I
might
think they're
hamper the
buried by
Mets.
that contract, but
I'm
he
like-
doesn't think so because of the ownership.
The owner, do you know how rich he is as of February 2021? $14.1 billion.
Why? What is he- Who is the guy?
Steve Cohen?
Yes.
Steve Cohen. I have no idea what he does, but man, did I go the wrong path.
Yeah.
But think about that kind of money, just like it's just going to get. I mean, look at Patrick
But there's
Mahomes.
caps though, right? I mean,
Patrick-
there's caps. on
There's
there.
a luxury
so you get a
tax.
luxury tax over
Okay.
210,
Something like that.
over just a little over 200 million. You get a luxury tax, and then like you have it for
The
1 year.
Yankees are
and
way
then-
into it. The Dodgers are way into it.
Yeah, it's like if
Red
you do
Sox
if
are
you
way
do
into it.
2 years in a row luxury tax. That third year is like triple the money.
Okay.
So that's what the
But
Cubs
there's a money
basically-
issue you get. You just
Yeah.
have to pay money. It's not
But
like they
this
stop
guy is
you.
just, I mean, he just breathes money. So I don't
Yeah.
think it's really going to happen. The Mets are going to be, I was telling him on the break that,
You're good.
Doing a Scooby.
yeah, I just feel like they're going to be a team like the Yankees because they're just being outshined by the Yankees. Like they buy players. That's what they are. I mean, now the Dodgers are doing it.
Yeah.
I feel the Mets are going to do it because now they have someone that has the money. So, baseball it's just a rotating door of awesomeness. And it's a new team every couple of years. Like the Padres, the Astros a few years ago, the Dodgers now. Well, Dodgers kind of been in contention for a while. Just,
Indians
Choked.
had a run.
the Indians, and just now it's the new breed. You have the Blue Jays and the Padres. Like
When was the last time San Diego was excited about baseball? forever.
Do they get
Last-
excited about stuff like baseball there?
Yes.
Do they?
So Trevor Hoffman was their closer. I'm gonna say 2004, 2005, something
Dave
like that.
Winfield era, Gary Templeton.
Oh, Ozzie Smith.
That's
in
what I'm telling you.
79,
I
yeah.
was a huge Padres fan as a kid growing up. You know, when St. Louis traded Gary Templeton and got Ozzie Smith, nobody knew who Ozzie Smith was at the time because he's playing on the West Coast.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden he turns into the Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
So San
Ozzie
Diego,
Smith.
they've got a good tradition of bringing up players. Their farm system's strong.
Yeah. It's gonna be a fun baseball season.
Here's one guy that I was really excited because I thought the Cubs had a chance at him a couple years back, and then he's been hurt. And what's going on with Ohtani?
Well, first
Tommy
he had Tommy John,
Yeah,
then the shortened season.
They don't want him to pitch as much as he wants to. They
Correct.
want him
he wants to be
to DH or play right field.
yeah, he wants to play every 5 days as a starting pitcher, but
Yeah.
also play in the field every day,
And
basically.
then
Right?
what is that?
His
That's-
days off.
That's a product.
Yeah.
That's wear and tear on your body. So
Right.
they're trying to protect their product.
Yeah,
And he's right. Like it's going to be all hitting. And Duke can slap the ball.
yeah,
And he has power. He does
he's a
not
big
look,
boy.
He doesn't look like
big
he
guy.
can like just smash home runs, but he's like a revamped Ichiro, the way he slaps the ball one side, slaps it down there.
Ichiro played like a 16-inch softball player. He was moving
Yes.
before he made
Yeah,
contact.
he was running in the
you're
box.
right.
and
You're
shit.
right.
Yeah.
He
He
was.
was moving before he made contact.
Suggestion special on Sundays.
Yeah, yeah.
And there's a guy right there, Ichiro, seeing what a global game baseball is now. Like we're talking about all these Latin players and everything. You see a guy like Ichiro in the Hall of Fame and all this stuff that's going on right now with COVID being closed and this and that. Pete Rose and Ichiro, if he would include his
Japanese
Japanese hits
Crushed.
Oh yeah,
and his
it's not even close.
over 40, 40, I think he's 4,000. If not, he's 3,900.
Yeah, he was
He's knocking on the door of 4,000 hits.
Crazy, insane.
at an age of 30 maybe.
Hey, he came here.
Yeah.
He came here at 30.
Yeah.
What
Well,
he
'cause
did was unbelievable. And he
There's
was a
something
rookie
with
of the
the
year.
contract
Yeah.
where like they have to play till like 28 or 26. I think they changed it now, but that was like in 2001. 2001 was his rookie.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, I get lost. in,
But
like,
so Ohtani
baseball.
so Ohtani, they're just trying to make him so he's just playing in the field. He's not going to be pitching.
They don't
that
want him to
often?
No.
pitch.
Okay.
I mean, he'll
They
probably
want him
will
to be
pitch.
done with
Yeah,
pitching.
They just want him to be a regular DH and outfield, first base, whatever.
Okay. That's interesting. That's got to be hard for a guy like that that knows he could throw 90 and
It's
he can't throw high 90s.
it's team ball.
Yeah.
And
No, I understand that. I'm
they're
just
actually
saying.
putting together a team where
Yeah.
it's going to be decent. So
Yeah.
He might be one of the trade deadline guys. I think they might
dangle
cut bait
him out
with him.
there?
Yep.
Wow.
I think they might dangle him out there as a good analogy because I think that Anaheim is really building towards something. And my cousin lives out there.
Yeah.
And he says that, you know what? Baseball's, they're lukewarm on it in Anaheim because there's so much other stuff
Los
to
Oh,
Los
do.
Angeles now,
Same
right?
thing
So
with the
much other
Dodgers.
stuff to do.
Yeah.
So it's hard to get that park
Yeah.
full, and they're trending that way.
Yeah.
So they don't want a boat rocker on their team, and he is. Ohtani is kind of a me guy.
Is he okay? Yeah.
Kind of a me guy.
Was there anyone else you want to talk about?
Well,
I know you had a couple guys on your notes over there.
Yeah.
some of the stuff that I'm looking at, like I said, I'm big on the Padres this year. I really like what the Blue Jays did, and circle back Jen Psaki, talking about how the
Oh yeah, who was that second baseman again? Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
how all of the Blue Jays are second generation ball players. I love Bo Bichette. I love Carmen Biggio, Vlad Jr.
Yeah.
These are guys that know how to win and play because they were in that environment. I'm jacked to see a small market team like Toronto. They're playing in a relocated stadium this year. How
Yeah.
can you not be excited to see what they're going to do? And I think they're going to be the sleeper.
Yeah.
San Diego, another team, not a huge market out there, but it's building. And they got a lot of young ball players too. And what they did with their pitching staff, San Diego was probably the most active team in the offseason this year.
Were they? Okay.
Getting
yeah.
Darvish.
I know they got Darvish, yeah.
They got
Pain in my
Darvish.
ass.
They got Blake Snell on starters. I mean, Victor Caratini was part of that Darvish trade. And this is the one thing that we didn't talk about. We didn't talk about the 3 minor leaguers that the Cubs got in return for Yu Darvish. They were 3 players that were in the top 100 of the San Diego Padres farm system. So I think that isn't going to bear fruit till a few years down the road.
Yeah.
But those 3 guys are going to really show in the major leagues. I think
there's a lot of time in between. Though.
I think if they can get 2 of those 3 guys up to the major leagues, that's going to be a great trade.
Yeah,
that's going to be a great
be a
trade.
long
that's what you're
time
hoping
before
for,
that
basically.
happens.
Is
They were 19 years old too. They're teenagers.
Okay. So it's still though, you got a lot of development, a lot of growing, a lot of things that could go wrong.
Injury.
Yeah, exactly right. Well, we're gonna wrap this one up. We want to say thank you over there, Chris, Mr. Uncle Bad Example, coming back out once again. Michael Lubin back out here as well. Thank you again, Mike, for coming out. We appreciate your time as well. Keep tuning in, keep subscribing, keep commenting. Really appreciate all that stuff. Want to give a shout out to More Brewing Company, York Furrier, Mike's and Casey's Meat Market, as well as JPL Property Services. Say hello and thank you once again to the Basement Boys. Anybody else got anything they want to plug?
Shout out to the St. Francis men's bowling team this year.
St. Francis men's bowling team.
NAIA champions. Tony Talley, way to go, boys.
Claremont Collections, thank you guys.
To Clint Eastwood.
To Clint Eastwood as well, Richie's saying, just for being a badass. We're going to end on that. Bonfire Banter signing out. We'll see you soon. Bonfire Banter. We want to give a special shout out to all of our sponsors. Since day one, York Furrier has been helping us out, supporting us on social media, gave us some fantastic hats. What could be better than that? Keep me warm all winter long around this fire. Since 1931, they've been a locally owned and operated purveyor of exceptional furs, fine outerwear, and unique accessories. Check them out in downtown Elmhurst on York Road. The finest fur establishment, furry, that you're going to find anywhere in Chicagoland area. That's where the stars are going when they're filming in Chicago. They're going to York Furrier. So check them out. Thanks again for all your support. More Brewing Company. Big thank you to them. They've been letting us try some of their amazing craft beers. They're out in Huntley as their main establishment with most of their brewing equipment on Auto Mall Drive. You can also check them out in Villa Park on Villa. My new favorite beer is actually by them, Partially Cloudy. So thank you so much for turning me on to this one, and thanks for your support, More Brewing Company. If you're looking for unique craft beers and artfully crafted food, go check them out. Again, supporting local business is what this is all about right now. JPL Property Services, keeping us warm around the fire with that full face cord. Thank you so much to Jim for dropping that off. If you're looking for anything from landscaping to snow removal, look no further. Jim will get you taken care of. JPL Property Services. Check them out on Facebook. And lastly, Jay and Jill Create. That's our art director, Jay. Jay and Jill Create. Pretty much print you anything you want. T-shirts, mugs, ornaments, gifts, whatever you're looking for. If you're looking for something creative, give them a call. Jay and Jill Create. Check them out on Facebook as well. As always, thank you to all of our sponsors. And here's to us, hoping we can get a few more. Bonfire Banter. We'll see you soon.